Hi there, my name's Abby, and today I'm going to be talking about the correlation between exercise and mood. So, as I mentioned before, I've been studying the correlation between exercise and mood, and this issue is important to me because I personally am very passionate about fitness and keeping up with a healthy lifestyle because I do believe that my mood is significantly better when I am working out versus when I'm not. And so I think that studying this issue can provide concrete evidence for students on campus that exercising can help them relieve stress and help them relieve sadness or whatever else is going on in their lives, and hopefully provide them with enough evidence to be able to understand that exercising is something that's really awesome and a good outlet for everyone. So the two issue questions that I decided to base my data collection off of are: one, do exercise and improved mood have a positive correlation? And two, can exercise reduce stress, anger, sadness, etc.? Starting with the microbit data, I decided that because I was directly studying the effects of exercise on mood, I thought it would be a good idea to get information from people who had just worked out. And so I stood outside of the rec center and asked people who had just finished working out and who were just walking out of the building two questions. The first question I asked was, do you work out daily? And the second question I asked was, does exercising boost your mood? Now onto my qualitative data collection. So right after I offered the two microbit questions to the subject, I asked for their permission to send them a survey with further questions about their mood pre and post exercise. And doing so only offered me 25 responses because that's how many subjects I surveyed with the microbit data. And so I realized that I needed more data to further study, so I decided to just stand outside the rec center with my computer and ask people to fill out the survey more people who had just worked out. So this offered me 25 more responses and then left me with a strong sample size and a strong data set that I could further study. So now let's talk about the results of the microbit data that I collected. So for the first question, do you work out daily? I had 14 people say yes and 11 people say no. And for the second question, does exercising boost your mood? I had 22 people say yes and 3 people say no. So 56% of the people interviewed work out daily, but 88% of all people, no matter how much they work out, claim exercising does indeed boost their mood. And 8 of the 11 people interviewed who do not work out daily, so that's 72% of the people surveyed that do not work out daily, still claim that when they do exercise, it does have a positive impact on their mood. So I do have two graphs that go along with the microbit data. The one on the left is the first question, do you work out daily? And it shows you the results on there. The red is for yes and the tan is for no. And the second graph is the second question, does exercising boost your mood? And same thing with the colors, red is yes and tan is no. So hopefully this will provide you with a little bit more of a visual so that you can understand the data a little bit better. So now let's talk about the results of the survey for the qualitative data portion of this study. So I created a survey with 4 questions. The first question was, how are you feeling before exercising? Second question was, how do you feel after exercising? Third question is your mood better or worse than before you exercised? And the last question is, do you believe that exercising positively affects your mood? So these questions allow me to understand the subject's mood before versus after exercising. And these questions also allow the subject to personally analyze their mood before exercising versus after exercising, and then conclude their opinion about how they think exercising affects their mood once they've reflected on what their mood is currently. So now let's talk about a couple of the statistics that I've drawn from my qualitative data collection. So the first one is that 76% of people who reported being sad before exercising reported being happy after exercising. The second one is that 83% of people who reported being stressed before exercising reported being happy after exercising. The third one is that 60% of people who reported being angry before exercising reported being happy after exercising. And the fourth one is that there was a 66% increase in people who reported being happy after exercising, which is awesome. And then the last one is that overall, 90% of people reported their mood being better after exercising. Now we're going to talk about my data story and sort of a final conclusion. So I found through both my qualitative data collection and my quantitative data collection, or the microbit, I found that, in general, students do report an improved mood due to exercise. I also found that a majority of students do use exercise as an outlet for when they're feeling stressed or when they're feeling angry or sad, etc. So now to talk about my issue questions and how I got those answered. So my first issue question was, do exercise and improved mood have a positive correlation? And through interviewing multiple students, I have found that exercise and improved mood do in fact have a positive correlation. My second issue question was, can exercise reduce stress, anger, sadness, etc.? And through interviewing people, students do report a reduction of stress, anger, etc. So that's the end of my presentation on the relationship between exercise and mood. Thank you so much for listening.